So everyone, thank you for joining. It's red hot in the studio right now because Jeffrey, Vincent, Collins, and myself, oh my God, we don't know where to start from, but all we know is that there's a lot of sweet things to share. And why not start by sharing, bring everybody on board. We need to discuss this so that people stop asking questions that apparently don't make sense. So let me try to be nice. Welcome, Jeffrey, as usual. Thank you for joining.
Absolutely, thank you. I appreciate you inviting me here with these highly influential tech guys. Man, I tell you, it's good to be here. Thank you.
I know. Thank you, Brother Vincent, for joining us.
Oh yeah, thank you, Sister Comfort, for inviting us. Thank you, Brother Jeffrey, to be here. This is a great man, so we are happy to see him here as well. Thank you, Brother Collins. Also happy to see you. I know today will be great. It will be great.
It will be. Yeah. Me and Collins feel like we found gold having you and Jeffrey here today, Vincent. So, Brother Collins, welcome.
Hello. Let me just go like Jeffrey. It's good to be here today. You know, the house is on fire. Please just keep on sharing. Bring everyone in because today we want to light up this place.
Indeed,
you know, I'm glad that Jeffrey is here, Vincent is here, and honestly, we want to dissect everything. Thank you, Sir Como, for inviting us.
Way to go, bro. Thank you too. So, Jeffrey, none of you had anything against my topic. We are ready to hit the waves because it's all done. And I was what actually inspired me was when Ash says the icon, the icon domain registry done in capital letters, new sector business model done. And this sounds like the usual all done for you that we hear every day from the get-go. So where do we go from here, Jeffrey?
Well, I'd probably start with like Mr. Mufareh started when he jumped on the other day. He said, congratulations, you know, we just launched our most robust, highest level of AI cloud computing in multi-regions. I mean, this thing's intercontinental. I mean, this thing's all over the place. So it's great. And then he talked about that and, you know, the first product on it and all of that. So that's how I'd start. Congratulations. We're in it. We're in it to win it. And I think that the level of engagement, if any indication to me would be more people that are calling saying, hey, I can't seem to figure out how to subscribe. How do I do it? I'm getting a lot of those kinds of texts and calls. So we're getting a lot more engagement now.
Indeed, more engagement is all we need. So, Vincent, we know that cloud computing and data is your stuff, and here you are. So we heard about the icon thing and all the right and the audit light. I can't speak well. So just tell us what this is all about, what it means, where we are now and stuff, Vincent.
Yeah, thank you, Sister Comfort. I know since the 2020 going on, we're starting with cloud computing. So the cloud computing is emerging rapidly in this world now, so that everything we're doing is cloud computing because everything is in cloud now. When you go to business now, all businesses run into cloud. So now, and then when this cloud computing come in, the cloud computing can come with a lot of technology, things like data center, and then those giant data center company in the world, there are three giants. We have like AWS, we have Amazon, AWS, which is Amazon, we have Azure, Microsoft, and then we have cloud, Google Cloud also. So these are the three giants. So now we have the biggest data center than these three giants in the cloud computing. So now that tell you that ONPASSIVE is not a joke because those big giants, we have built biggest data center than them. So this tell you that we are ready for the cloud computing. We are ready for artificial intelligence system. So today, when we're talking about all this, we can talk all this without data. So the data in the middle of this. So this is also the best way to secure our data. So everything we have like OConnect, all our data is in a safe place because it's in our house again. And then this house is protected by artificial intelligence security, artificial intelligence technology. So I will not take too much. I'll let Colin say something and then we'll carry on. Thank you, sister.
Sure. Jerry, I'm sorry. I want to put Vincent on the spot here. He's the cloud person, the data and stuff. Vincent, you're not going yet. You know, you have said that it's the biggest out of all the giants we already know for years. And then, so we have the biggest plus accompanied with AI and now present in multi-regions. Collins touched on this yesterday, and apparently you were happy with what he said. We want to hear what this means from you. It's the biggest. It has AI to it, and it's now in many regions. Vincent.
Yeah, multi-region data center, because when the data center is multi-region, I will give a just example. We are here in the UK. If it's multi-region data center, we can connect to the system, be in the UK. So I will connect the one which is close to the UK. If you have maybe UK, we'll connect to the one which is close to your region. If someone live maybe in Africa, you're close to the region. Like if you have one in South Africa, you connect to the one which is close to your region. So the multi-region data center is very, very, very important, because it's not only the connection issues, it's also looking after the data, the backup, and then the data restore system, because the recovery system. Because if, let's say, anything, once you on passive, let's say when you back up your data to our data center, your backup is also saved in a multi-region in the world. So maybe if you have a business, like maybe in Australia, people in Australia, they will be able to restore the system quickly as possible. So anywhere, someone in the North America, you can go to the system there and restore the system quickly, and then they can back up. They can back up to different regions. Let's say we back up in maybe in Europe, we back up in Africa, we back up in Australia and US. So anything happen, if let's say anything happened to one of the region, we can use the. Let's say we have a disaster, something happened in one of the region in the world. We can use the one in the safe. Maybe something happened in Europe. We can use the one in North America to restore the system back, because we have a multi-region. Though system are safe in different regions in the world, so that anything happen, we are safe. Whatever disaster, anything happen in the world, because sometimes we have a natural disaster also, sometimes can happen. So when it happen to one region, we should not worry. With that biggest data center, we can get them and then restore them in just quick few hours. So everything is done. So this is very important for us. The backup also, we can restore the backup multi-region. So anything happen in any region, even the same region, let's say we have something in Colorado and then something happened in New York, we can use the one in Colorado to restore the one in New York. So it could be even the same region, different region, everything is prepared for that. So we don't have to worry. This is called a disaster recovery system. So it saves business a lot of money, and then it saves them to help them to restore the business. So it's zero. They will not lose any money, because as soon as this thing happen, in a few hours or even in a few minutes, we can restore the system back to the way it is before. Even if it happened in 10 o'clock, we can restore the system back to when the disaster happened 10 o'clock. Yesterday, 10 o'clock, we can restore back to yesterday, 10 o'clock. And then business continuity, we can carry on do our business. It will be like nothing happened before. So this is the very, very important system that we have. So it's like we have the internet in our hand now. We can do everything. It can be anywhere in the world. You can connect to it. It can be anywhere you want. Even some, I do remember some time ago, I traveled from New York to South Carolina. If in the plane, Blue Jet, they call Blue Jet, inside, I have the internet. So in that time, even let's say I'm traveling for business, I could even use the connect to my company, use my VPN, connect to my company, and then carry on doing my job while I'm traveling from New York to South Carolina. So that tells you that we have all this technology there, and then everything is good. Even we have also all this boosting the internet, so that when we are even traveling, we can have the VPN, connect to the internet, connect to our data center, and then job done. You are going. So it's business continuity, powerful.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Listen, guys, I think after Jeffrey made a quick introduction and then Vincent comes with this, I think we'll be happy now. Even we'll say the show is ended, because that was way like very useful and beautiful information. So Collins, Vincent has said a lot of things, and he mentioned something I wanted you to come to talk about, if you would. If not, maybe just say whatever you have in mind. He talks about all the beautiful things, including the fact that there's going to be continuity in business. We'll not say, oh my God, like South Africa, sorry, there's a load shedding, there's that and stuff like that. So again, Collins, what would this mean to business in addition to the fact Vincent said there's going to be continuity? What does this whole thing that Vincent said, what would it mean?
Vincent just said it really perfectly well, and I appreciate Jeff. Jeffrey also, you've just put it everything. Business continuity is about, getting a system that is robust. If anything happened, the business will still continue, because remember, if we just have only one, you just said just region, or just have the data center without multi-region, what happened if the data center shut down? Everything shut down. You have to go back and try to fix it. What will happen to the customers? So everything you do, you must put the customers at heart. First, the customer comes first. Because what will happen if they cannot get access to their information? They will run to the next available, business, and they want to do what they want to do. But let's look at it this way. Vincent, when I look at multi-region, it's about load balancing. Vincent know about load balancing. Means we're talking about traffic. What if we have only one particular region, and everybody 5.5 billion, they are trying to connect to that one particular server? The server will crash. There can be a lot of things happening, and then you cannot repair it. But the multi-region help to distribute the load, the traffic that is coming. Everything is the same. Every information in one region is the same as the other region. But what they are trying to do is they're trying to help for better connectivity and to balance the load, balance the traffic, and say, all right, this particular region can accommodate, say, 1 million, just for argument's sake, 1 million customers can go in here. Now, the 1,000,001, that one coming will create a lot of load. It means it will reduce the way people search for information. Sometimes you say, oh, the system is really slow. It's because a lot of people are hammering that side. Now the system needs that load balance. We want smooth connectivity, smooth search, faster search when you want to get your information. So when there's 1 million, please put the next 1 million here. Put the next 1 million here. That's how the system works. They call it load balancing. You balance the load, balance the amount of traffic so people can easily get information. So multi-region is beautiful. So you can go here, the closer you are to that particular region of the cloud, give that information. You must have connection to that. You cannot be in UK and you're having connection to the cloud server in America. It will be too slow and all of those things. So they want to balance the load and balance the traffic by having multi-region. So the closer you are in that particular multi-region cloud service, computing service, the faster you can get your information and the quicker you can do your business. Because business now, we are looking at the business atmosphere climate. Everything is too fast. People want to move at the speed of light. They don't want delay and everything. So you must give them faster service. If not, they will disappear and go to the provider that can give them the faster service, quick returns and everything. So ONPASSIVE is not different. They want to give proper user experience to businesses. And that's what we are getting by providing this multi-region data center cloud service, so they can get their data, they can extract and do whatever, all of those things with the security coming. I know Vincent talked about security because he talked about replication of data, replication and backups and all of those things. And just what is happening within, and the AI that is running. So when you come, the system can easily identify and say, oh, you are searching for this. We can give you this. The system already predict what you are trying to search and give you the right analysis of the data. So I will leave it there, and it's beautiful. We are fired up, and then we'll touch the other part. So, come on, let me leave it for you.
Wow, guys, this is way too much information. This is great education. Let's really share. Let this video go viral and let people come and learn. Thank you. So, Jeffrey, I'm not asking you a question. I'm only excited about where you want to come from right now. Thank you, bro.
Well, thank you for that. But you know what? I'd like to weigh in on some more of a lay explanation of what these two magnificent texts were just talking about. Because like Vincent and Collins were outlining, cloud storage, it lets us make data available anywhere we are, anytime we need it, right? Instead of being tied to a location or a specific device somewhere, people access it from anywhere in the world, from any device, as long as they've got that internet connection, like Vincent was saying, right? Now, they also talked about keeping up the systems, keeping our systems running, right? The term for that they're talking about is redundancy, right? And in cloud computing, redundancy refers to the duplication of components and or functions of a system with the intention of increasing its reliability and availability. We want it up 100% of the time, but we'll settle for 99.9999999%. I mean, all the way up, right? So that's what we mean when we talk about redundancy, and it's a very common, if not the primary strategy used for preventing data loss and downtime in the event of some sort of a failure, catastrophic or otherwise. Now, when you're talking about cloud computing and cloud services, right? An example of that is just having an audio or a video or actual media files that are stored somewhere else other than you are, stored remotely. Another one would be the data storage like we see with Google or Drive, Dropbox, OneDrive, you know, those things where you've got storage not on your laptop, it's somewhere else. And there's lots of different types of cloud service, right? Four main types of cloud computing, and you'll see exactly where ONPASSIVE fits in, because you've got what we call infrastructure as a service, which is IaaS. You've got platform as a service, PaaS. Then you've got software as a service, bing, 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 bing. Guess where we are, right? And you've also got serverless computing. So when we're talking about all of this stuff, and then Mr. Mufareh comes out and says, guess what? We just launched regional, bang, baby. I mean, that squarely puts us on the footprint of global networking, and we are off to the races. So thank you both for really explaining a lot of the text stuff to that. I'm excited about it. Now, I didn't mean to take so long, but this is good stuff, good information. What I'd like to do, if we can, is talk a little bit about what we're going to see with the release of OConnect next week on the 16th. And I mean, I could keep right on going, but I'm going to hush up and let somebody else have a
listen, Jeffrey, we have enough time this evening. We already agreed on it. Let's have fun, bro. If you are in the mood, just go for it. Go for it.
Okay. Well, I mean, Mr. Mufareh came in, you know, I mean, he was having, I love when he has fun, you know, and he was having fun the other night, but he was saying, you know, OConnect is being fine-tuned so that the visual aspects of it might be a bit different. But what you're going to see, or what you're going to notice, is you're not going to have to refresh it. You know, it's going to be auto-scaled. I mean, really cool stuff. And we're expecting that next Tuesday. And from what I'm hearing, the next level of performance, right, whether you're talking, you know, 50,000 people on it or 50 people on it, either way, you're not going to see the looping. It's going to be a lot faster, things of that nature. We're talking about new heights, better performance in audio and speed, concurrency, number of sessions that are opened at the same time, how many people can use it all at the same time, right? Now, having said that, there's going to be some things that we're going to see included that are going to be new to us in a way. Mr. Mufareh talked about the presentation section and the whiteboard section in particular for the host and co-host, in that you're going to have the ability now to do some collaborative work there, meaning that a user that's assigned as a host or a co-host is going to have the ability to draw or doodle or whatever, right? It's going to be able to make changes on the screen and stuff like that when they're using screen share. Absolutely phenomenal. I mean, that's talk about connection, right? The attendees, there was a big deal that was brought up because attendees weren't able to see the, well, actually, let me back up a little bit and say the attendees are also going to have the ability to ask, hey, they want to request to become a speaker. Then one of the co-hosts or they're going to see that, and they're going to have the ability as well to either decline or accept that and bring them on. But what I was referring to a minute ago, I was talking with Aline Ray. She's a founder, charter member, but she's affiliated with the deaf community. And the other day or the other evening, even Gene brought up, you know, how when you've got attendees, we don't see as an attendee the same thing the speakers see when we're looking at the screen. And it was so good because she actually outlined, you know, why that's important for our community, our deaf community in particular. And Mr. Mufareh actually he raised that up, and he said, hey, as of the 20th of this month, that's going to be a thing of the past. So I'm really looking forward to a lot of that. But I know, I think, Vincent, you brought up, or maybe it's Colin, one of you brought up the whole thing with AI and what we're doing with AI. And when Mr. Mufareh was speaking the other day, the other evening rather, he actually addressed some of the things that we're going to see in OConnect coming up and some of the things they're working on. I mean, I could keep right on going, but I want these guys to jump in too. So.
Sure, Jeffrey, we've got time. We will definitely come back. So let's spill it out, guys. There's more in store for us in the days ahead. So Collins, Jeffrey has touched on this. I know your excitement when it comes to OConnect. And, you know, I'm just happy when Gene brought this idea to about the dev community and how much the CEO is open, he listens and promises to keep updating what is already superb in the world. So I remember when Jeffrey was sharing this, I remember last time when we were just testing OConnect, this guy from home, from the very remote place back home, he was speaking, you could get the excitement in his voice. So for the first time, he is sitting here, he's getting everything clearly, powerfully, and he sits here, no problems at all. And so I'm just thinking, Collins, what do you think this new version is going to bring in addition to what Jeffrey has said? If you are talking to us, you need to unmute.
Sorry, I was just unmute myself. When Jeffrey said this, you know, it blew my mind because I've been thinking about OConnect. Remember where OConnect is now. Where does OConnect reside? It resides on our own DC. It means we have moved away from AWS. Those who don't know AWS, Amazon Web Services, to ONPASSIVE Data Center Cloud Service.
Or is that like OWS? I'm afraid. Is that what...
We don't know if it's OWS, but they will name it. Maybe it's ONPASSIVE Web Service and Cloud Computing. So now let us think about OConnect. We are talking about the best video conferencing platform now on this planet Earth, driven by AI. Those who don't know AI, when you unmute yourself, go to if you want to see the action of AI, because a lot of people say, when AI? When you are on the attendee or panelist link, mute yourself, go to chat, chat side, the chat functionality, unmute it, say something. That is AI in action. When you speak, the system writes speech to text. The system writes it for you. Some other company, you have to push the button before you send it. Mr. Alfred said, no, I want to give you hands-free. AI in action. Just say send. The system will send it for you. Hands-free. That is AI in action. Artificial intelligence and machine learning. There are people who don't understand artificial intelligence is different. Machine learning is different. Machine learn the information and give you the response instantly. That is machine learning. You build machine, expose the machine to the information. Let me call it. Give the information, let the machine learn like a baby. You give birth to a baby, and they allow the baby to walk and swim and do everything. They learn it themselves. That is machine learning. That is AI. When Jeffrey is talking about AI, you know, there's a lot of AI functionality within. But where I'm looking at on OConnect now, reciting in our own cloud service data center, what does it mean? Faster broadband, the sharpness of speech, everything is just like at the speed of light, because we are talking about one of the biggest data center that is coming. You know, it will not be only the data center that we will use it as ONPASSIVE, but they will productize it for other companies to come and pay. Remember, I said this in like when Red gave a very clear thing to make all of us excited, because people were just sitting there. They didn't get what Mr. Ashford said. As Red said, let me break it down, reference. Let me break it down to bring back the excitement. Do you know what Mr. Ashford have just done? Save millions of pounds, or let me call it dollars. Millions of dollars paid to AWS. Now, it is all in-house. Means we are saving money. If ONPASSIVE is saving money, all the founders need to be excited, because what is happening, you cannot give what you don't have. Mr. Ashford said, I will give it to the founders. He's not a greedy man. He said, I will make sure the founders are happy so you can go and bless humanity. How can you bless humanity without having anything? You cannot bless humanity if you don't have anything. You cannot give what you don't have. Now, when they are saving this amount of millions, what do you think Mr. Ashford will do? He's a generous man. Founders, take it. Go and bless humanity. That was my excitement. That is when I was so crazy. I said, my goodness, Vincent, I've worked in a company where they are paying AWS, some of those provider, $1 million a month, £1 million a month. I've been there where they are paying 33 million.
Wow.
Oh my, somebody's frozen.
Hey,
Maybe
hey, can I interject something real quick here?
Yes, please.
Vincent, I want to do a disclaimer, but then Vincent, I want to throw some things at you so that you can explain them better. All righty. First of all, Mr. Mufareh told us that we had reached a lot of workable versions a lot of times and chose not to bring them to market, but instead we were planning on passive. The tech team was going to raise the bar, right? Developing greater quality. It's taken a bit longer than what we thought, but it allowed ONPASSIVE. When I say us, I'm talking about ONPASSIVE. Sure. I didn't do any of it, okay? But it allowed us to integrate more features and to work out our scalability and stuff. And we still haven't made the decision to really release them all. So just hang on, all this is coming. But Vincent, I know that we've been working on the AI-driven aspects, and these are some of them that I if you can explain what these are, kind of, so that everybody understands. We're talking about obviously language translation, the closed captioning, the virtual backgrounds, video backgrounds, noise cancellation, sign language, digital avatars, and like Collins was talking about, text to audio and audio to audio. Those things are all AI driven, and if we can kind of put some meaning behind what they really are and why they're important, I think that would be great. And I think you guys are better equipped to do that than I am.
Sure. So over to you, Vincent.
Okay, thank you, Jeffrey. Yeah, so it's like Colin was saying, all this is driven by artificial intelligence, because all these features, they are driven by artificial intelligence. And then also, when we go to OConnect, we see that the objective of Mr. Mufareh is to get zero latency. So when you click the button, instantly you are there. So this is all the good job that OConnect is doing. And then OConnect also have a big capacity that we can host even over 20,000 people in one single meeting. So all these features brought to ONPASSIVE is even the language translator. So the feature or Mr. Ash also will add it is coming also. If Mr. Ash within the corporate meeting, like right now we are doing, if we are doing a corporate meeting, if you speak Spanish, you'll be able to translate in Spanish for you, and then you will understand in your local language. If you speak Swahili, you will get in Swahili. If you speak, Mr. Ash is seen in English, maybe I speak French, I can listen in French. So people will be happy, and then they will be the mind blowing, because nothing like this has been done before in the world. And then ONPASSIVE, we're doing that. If we're going to change the world, even all these features, many, because those years when we started working on IT, only Microsoft were providing the communication like OConnect we are using today. It was OCR, and then they changed the name later. But all this was limited. There was limited functionality. But what we have today, I would say, is unlimited functionality, because what we have, those people, they cannot have it. We can do speech to text to speech, so many functionality there, so that people will not bother to use it. It will be a lot. And then the good thing, zero latency, because working in those technology there, more they have features, when you go to it, is very slow, and then people cannot do anything. But ONPASSIVE, we have a better performance, like Jeffrey mentioned earlier, better performance, better, everything go very well. So those technology features there, they are all driven by artificial intelligence systems. So they are all built by artificial intelligence. So nothing will surprise us. And then the second thing also, the system will also be secure, because no one can just jump in and do whatever they like. No, everything will be secure by artificial intelligence. The security there is very tight. It's not something that we can jump in and play with and go. No. So there are so many things to come with the OConnect. So what we have now, I would say maybe it's nothing really yet, because there are a lot of stuff to add it to the system we have right now. And then, like Onis mentioned, is also us in our house. It's in our house, so no one is doing it. So we are no breach of security or anything. Everything is for us. So they are working on that with the latest technology. Even the connection there, the local connection for the servers is a fiber optic. So fiber optics, they are the best connection system that we have today. So we are up to that as well. Yeah. So if you have something to add.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me just add what Jeff said. You know, Jeffrey talked about the functionality and stuff. So I want to look at whiteboard. You know, I will just go dive to all the functionality, you know, like everything that we have now within ONPASSIVE is within OConnect AI driven. Now let's look at whiteboard. You know, whiteboard is not really there yet. Like Jeffrey said, let's take disclaimer, and that's true. But when we'll get out, when they will enable the AI functionality within whiteboard, imagine if you want to write, you want to draw a. You know, sometimes even to sign your signature is really crooked. Sometimes it doesn't come out well. AI will imagine, that's why you talk about machine learning. Machine would understand what you are trying to do and then do it perfectly for you. So you want to draw A. You know, sometimes our A is just like, you know, you want to write or N. You're struggling with your pen. The machine, the moment you just use your pen, you go up and down and it's crooked. It's really nice. Machine will just fix it. That this is N, this person is trying to do, right? Bam, that's it for you. And say, yes, perfect. That is AI, you know, predicting what you want to do and do it perfectly for you. That's what whiteboard will be doing. And remember, Mr. Ashmore, I talk about multiple users on whiteboard. That's one of the beauty. Most of the companies don't have it. When one person is writing, the other person cannot come and do anything. But multiple users can use the whiteboard and the presentation. You know, that's that bookmark, and you can select your pen and write. That is AI driven functionality. What about speech? Like Vincent talked about a language translation, multi-language translation. That is AI. Listen to Jeffrey Muller speaking English, and with what someone in Spain, the system can easily read. So, for instance, this is what I think. This is me now speaking. The system can look at it and say, "All right, Comfort is in Germany." They look at the IP address and say, "No, this is a German country. So let's translate it in German." Immediately, the system will start to translate everything because they have already picked a Comfort geolocation and they translate it to German. Now, Comfort can say, "No, I'm not a German speaker. Let me select English." You pick up English, and now the system will start to speak to you in English, not in German. That's what they talk about AI. AI pick your geolocation and translate it based on your geolocation. You can manually pick the language that you understand and you can say, all right, this is me. I'm an English speaker, though I reside in Germany. That is crazy. And you can go on and on, look at all the features. You can look at all the features. They are all AI driven. You know, it picks everything. For instance, the calculator is AI. A lot of people don't know more. When they started AI, artificial intelligence, calculator was the first. I went and I Googled it. Calculator was the first. 1 + 1, 2. They feed information into that machine to give you the right answers. But now they move from AI to machine learning. We have artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. And you can go down, 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 down. So the more, when things are becoming more complex, that's how the IT engineer, they look at the complexity and they said, how do we make it simple for normal users? And now we are in the era of AI and machine learning and deep learning and all of those stuff. And everything Mr. Ash Mufareh want to do within ONPASSIVE, you know, they want to embed it. They want to embed it with what? With artificial intelligence. So the system can make our own life easy, where we don't have to think, we have to worry ourselves. We know the moment we try to do something, the machine will give us automatic response. That is AI in the making. We all interact with AI every day. I always say something. I said, do we use machine toothbrush, the toothbrush now? That's AI. It moves across your gum and look at it and say, no, this place is hyper. I cannot brush it too much because it will bleed your gum. You know, that is AI. You know,
my God.
You interact with AI and machine every day, but sometimes when you say it, people look at it as feature because ONPASSIVE is coming with modern AI to simplify our life. But we have been interacting with machines every day. We don't know we are interacting with machines. But now, ONPASSIVE is coming and taking AI to another level, where we will use it in business. For instance, the OCounting is coming. You know, how many people go now and study accounting and said, I want to become this, because machine can calculate your tax and tell you this is it. Can look at your location and said, you are in Germany, you are in France. This is what the tax says in that country. Mr. Mufareh will do all of this. So comfort, I will throw it there. Jeffrey, thank you for bringing that.
I know. Listen, guys, I'm just like, oh my God. So thank you. But there's another one exciting thing I would like us to touch on. And guys, please, we want to see as many comments as possible. Let's know what you think about what our brothers are doing here. Add your own comments. Just share your perspective. We've not been assigned by Mr. Mufareh. We are just sharing our excitement. We hear what he says and we think that it surely means this, and we just come to share and enjoy our business. So why not do same? Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. So Jeffrey, I don't know if you'd like to start with this. You know, everybody was like, especially when Red went on it, and then Collins talking about the accredited ICANN domain registry already done, inclusive of the hosting and website creation. So that seems to be so much information. Are you motivated?
Oh, but it's really cool. I mean, think about this, right? You're talking about Google, GoDaddy, right? And now ONPASSIVE is officially an ICANN accredited registrar. Now, what's that mean? Well, that means that we've got the ability to issue domain names now, right? Meaning each member of ONPASSIVE can now have their own domain name. And this means, like you were saying, when we come into ONPASSIVE through the ecosystem, we snag our own personal identity now, right? Our own unique digital property, intellectual property. It's ours. It's us, right? This becomes that domain, that name, and that domain becomes our piece of internet real estate. And that's an important, that concept, I'm telling you, Dr. Bill was talking and he brought that up, and Mr. Mufareh brought it up, and we're going to touch a little bit on that because that's frying my brain out. But right now, that little piece of real estate for the domain, so to speak, that's where we build our lives and our business. So getting back to the accreditation, ICANN is a private, it's a non-governmental, non-profit corporation. It was founded back in the day, back at the turn 1998. Yeah, 98, I think. And it manages about 330 million domain names. It has four 4 billion network addresses across 240 countries. So, I mean, it's literally global. And it supports about 95 million DNS IP address lookups every day. So, yeah, this thing is huge. And like Mr. Mufareh said, it goes a long way, or is a huge step towards our owning the internet, which I know these guys are going to get all excited about, right? Because our business starts with owning our identity on the internet. And I'm gonna let the other guys get in here, because I mean I can keep going, but this is exciting stuff.
Sure, Jeffrey, I'm happy you took the challenge to open this one. So, Vincent, about the accreditation, they say it's inclusive of the web creation. Let me see, I wrote it down somewhere so I don't say something wrong, but I know you know what I'm talking about. It says it is inclusive of the hosting and website creation. So what's the excitement about all this, Vincent?
Yeah, all this is not free, because I know a lot of companies like Jeffrey mentioned, GoDaddy, 123. There are many of them. So if you go there, you can register your website, .org, .co.uk, .com. There are so many, you can use it. But what is exciting about ONPASSIVE is that we will be like domain register. So other company can come and they register the domain in a house. It's like a big house. If you create your website, you want to put it there, and then you want to have your domain name, you go to that house, and then, okay, yeah, Sister Comfort, in your house, can you give me one name? And then it's like use as my identity over the internet. You understand? So, okay, use A. And then you say, okay, you use the A. So that's what we're going to do. It will be like big house, and then register the domain. And then we also support the domain. We support everything, licensing, website. So it's a lot. So it's a lot. And then it's a lot of money. So it's a big job there. It's like big house. For all domain in the internet, we're going to have our own one, and then register company to have their own domain. And then again, it's driven by artificial intelligence, because the one we have before, they are the whole system. ONPASSIVE using the latest technology, guys. We are using the latest technology driven by artificial intelligence system. So it tells you that no one can compete with us, because we are using the latest. Those guys are using whole technology. So we're not the same. Like, we are using whole car, like those years when I was child cars, and then someone using the latest, or maybe BMW, the latest. So you can compete with the person, because on the motorway, he will go quicker than you. And then all the functionality is inside there. You can charge your iPhone, you can do everything. So this is the same way we see our data center. All the latest technology is in there. So when they host you, they say, thank to God, I got the best company, best host, and then boom, even your view the internet, we can put you classify. When you search for a company, for instance, we can do that for people. Our company, those companies will come to us. When you go to Google search, you will be top of the page, because the registered domain will help a lot of company also to have a good business, to stand out outside that. So, this is ONPASSIVE hosting company, so they are doing great. Anytime you're searching for something, it's quick. It just like that, and then you get the result. So this is all this great information. So have your own domain is a lot of benefits. So I'll leave Collins give you most of the benefits that having your own domain.
Yes, Collins, having your own domain is a lot of benefits. That's Vincent. So go on.
Yeah, you just said, so I just thank Jeffrey, you just, you explode everything. You just, it is not massive, and Vincent, that was really great. I just want to look at it. I take 2 steps back and look at domain. We're talking about domain. For you to have a domain, yes, you have to go to most of these domain provider. What is really domain? Domain give you the exposure to the World Wide Web, to the internet space. If you don't have it, nobody will see your business. You can have the best website, you can have the best product, but there is no way. Now let's look at what Ms. Mufareh is bringing to us, right? We look at what Ms. Mufareh is bringing to us, owning a domain. Now, if you think about domain, one, you must have 3 things. You must build a website. You need a developer, a software developer, to build you a website. That costs a lot of money. It's not less than 3 grand. No developer, no IT engineer will charge you less than 3. The simplest you can get, like just simple, nice interface, will not cost you less than 3 grand. If you 3,000, let me say 3,000 pounds, $3,000. Now you talk about maintenance of that website. It's costly, because if you say you want to make it to change dynamically every time you put a new things, and you have to pay them for their time and to maintain that website. Now you go to GoDaddy, you say, you know what, I want a portion, I want to get a domain. The cheaper you get, the number 2,000 or 3,000 will be down the bottom. You know, it is, some people go and get domain for £2 or $2. Yes, you can get it for $2. But ask yourself, where will your position be? Like Vincent said, it will be like number 100 page. We'll go down. If you go to internet, you go to Google, you're searching, let me say you're searching for comfort, and you know comfort is part of your business. You put it on your website running. What will happen? They will never see comfort, because comfort is number 2,000. Who has the time to go down the page, pagination, to click? They want to see the first page, 1, 2, 3, and then they get what they are looking for. And those companies who have paid more, they will be right at the top, the first page, maybe number 1 to 10 or number 1 to 100. So you can just scroll down and say, yes, this is what I'm looking for. Nobody will go and click page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5. Now business don't waste time for that. The more you pay for your domain register, the up you will be, the top you will be, the top of the list, so people can see you clearly. And it's costly. Now that is one. You get a good website maintenance and then pay all of those things, registration and all of that. ONPASSIVE is doing all of this for you for nothing. They build it, they host it, they maintain it, they customize it, they make it dynamically, change everything for you. For what? For affordable price. You know, because they own a domain. Ms. Ashva gave us that topic. What is it? You know, how important is it for you to own a domain and then you become a domain provider? Not only will you own that domain, have a domain name, like you said, comfort.com, jeffreymollock.com. That's a domain. They have built everything. It's so easy for you to choose. Now, at the end, they productize that domain. Now you become a domain seller like GoDaddy. I am a GoDaddy. People will come to my website and buy domain. Mark it.
All right, we want to understand a bit more. Who is selling the domain here? Is it Mr. Mufareh?
You yourself, each and every founder who choose that product from the marketplace will become a domain provider. You are a GoDaddy. Jeffrey Mollock is a GoDaddy. I am a GoDaddy. It means
actually go mommy if it's coming from ONPASSIVE.
Okay.
Okay. ONPASSIVE is unstoppable. That's why when I always sit within, I said ONPASSIVE is a gold mine. Everywhere you tap is money. Everywhere you touch, depending on your understanding of what is happening. Mr. Ash Mufareh have built a plain level field. Run it, like Madi Digamo always said. You want to run it as a Beetle, it's up to you. You want to run it as a Rolls, they have built a Ferrari. If you run it as a Beetle, it's up to you. I will own every single product because it's a gold mine. Yeah. I will tap every corner of ONPASSIVE because everywhere I touch, I can monetize. You know, you become a domain name, household name, owning the product. In the long run, you become a domain provider of ONPASSIVE.
You know what? You were talking earlier, Comfort, saying, you know, what are we doing? Who does what? Mr. Mufareh, in the corporate webinar the other night, he actually said, you know, and this is a paraphrasing, but it's pretty close. We are the GoDaddy of the internet now, just better. And when we talk about GoDaddy, to understand what that means, GoDaddy is based in here in the U.S., out in Arizona, I think. They were founded in 1997. They currently have about 85 million domains that they have registered with their sites. That makes them the largest registrar, an accredited registrar through ICANN, which we are now, right? They're the largest one on the planet. Now, Mr. Mufareh, if you listen to what Mr. Mufareh said, I hope you got that, because you know what? His statement is clearly his statement. We are the GoDaddy, just better, right? His statement clearly points to ONPASSIVE dethroning that company. You're being warned, GoDaddy. You better fess up. You better stand up and get up with the game, because we're coming at you, and we're going to dethrone. We're gonna take that distinction, and we're going to wear it with pride, you know. And that's where we're going with this. I mean, as of October last year, ICANN had somewhere north. They had about 2,500, 2,600 globally accredited registrars. I mean, that's not a lot when you start thinking about the billions of people that use the internet, you know. And this accreditation gives us the flexibility and the room for the customization that Collins was just talking about a little bit ago, because of the integration of products and all of that stuff. So the ICANN domain register, it's done. I actually went on, and it went 6 pages deep, and I actually saw the listing of ONPASSIVE's registration and our number and everything on the ICANN registry. It's a done thing. It's done. So that's why I laughed when you said it's all done. I'm thinking, oh, you don't know what you're saying, because it ain't just done. It's done and done. I mean, several times over. So yeah, the registry's done. And you know, it was long and it was arduous. You know, like these texts are saying, you know, when we consider the infrastructure of what we've got, what it takes to get this registry alone, to heck with everything else, just getting this registry, what we've got to have in place is absolutely mind-blowing, right? And, you know, wow.
Oh, wow. Guys, if this is coming from Jeffrey that it's done, then believe him, because if Jeffrey wants something, he goes for it. If it means digging 20 feet down, he'll dig and get it out there. Say, listen, this is it right here. I know what he's talking about. Thank you, Jeffrey. So, Collins, there is this other sweet thing.
Yes. Just to add to what,
go ahead.
Just to add to what Jeffrey said, we have one of the highest accreditation. The highest accreditation. It means we can swallow GoDaddy now as we speak.
All right.
So when I use that GoDaddy as an example, we are not GoDaddy. We are bigger than GoDaddy because we have the highest accreditation of domain. Means maybe they will come one day looking for ONPASSIVE. Can we buy some from you?
Oh, hey, Vincent. Mr. Mufareh had indicated that we should probably look up IDNs, internationalized domains.
Yeah.
You wanna head that one up and just kind of explain what that is? I mean, I could.
International Domain Register is in terms of it's like when you go to the computer world, they are the institution where they register for that institution for domain registration institution. So they do the regulation, the rules, and then for the domain registration institution. So this is a part of that institution that Mr. Mufareh has put on passive. It's like how do I explain in another term? It's like when you go to the cloud computing, they have their own institution where you have to be there and then register, so that is the cooperation, body cooperation of those registration institution. So this is a big institution. We're doing the regulation, all the rules within the domain registration company. So right now ONPASSIVE has been to that company. We are registered to this big institution. So we are part of that institution. So we are also, we follow, like we always say, ONPASSIVE follow always the registration, the rules, and then the regulation. So we are not, so if anything happen, we can say, look, guys, we are registered with that institution. We're dealing with the registration thing. So we are registered, and then we are regulated by this company. So it's like when people are talking about the bank system, so they have one regulation, one company who, if you as a bank institution, you have to register with them, and then if anything happen bank, they are the people to say you are right, you are wrong. So we are part of that big institution. We will regulate the domain system in the world. So ONPASSIVE is fully registered and fully part of that great institution worldwide. So this is my understanding of the system. Yeah.
Wow.
Got it.
That's massive.
That's massive.
It means you are part of that body that can also enact roles and said, all right, this is all sit on one table and make decision. ONPASSIVE is part of it.
Wow, we are part of it. That's massive. Listen, guys, if you still have breath, as maybe if you can still take a sip of water, can we just talk one last thing for me, please? So I think I'm just excited about the new sector business model done. It's digitized, but not in the AI sector. And what is it? It's real estate. And
I got some ideas
and
about
a very lucrative niche,
Remember
guys.
when you and I were talking earlier, and I knew the text were going to be? I said, "Oh my goodness, I've got some ideas about what he was talking about," and I can't wait for these texts to tell me if I'm way off on left face and I've lost my mind, or if there may be something to it. So I've been waiting for this new sector.
All right. So do you want to go first on that then? So
Absolutely. Oh yeah, I'll open it up.
All right, just listen to Jeffrey now, so that you either check or uncheck for him, please. Go
yeah, yeah. My brain's been on fire about this. Listen, this whole thing is that Ash talked about a new sector business model that's also all done. Okay, it's done. And I found it intriguing because he threw out some clues. I mean, you know how Mr. Mufareh is. You got to love him because he makes you read between the lines and think about what he's saying. And he gives you little bitty clues with a glint in his eye. You know, he's like, well, we're just going to see who catches this, you know. But anyway, the other webinar that was awesome. Anyway, he threw out some clues about this new business model, right? A new sector business model. He said it's not digital, it's digitized, but it's not in the AI IT sector. He said it's real estate. He said it's a lucrative niche. He said the niche is populated by those that have enough money to make the money work for them. Now, you know, that alone, if that doesn't get your mind exploding, because it seems to me that he's telling us he's expecting ONPASSIVE charter members to have plenty of money, and he's developed a business model that we can use to let that money go work for us. So anyway, I believe the real estate he's talking about, this new business model, the real estate that he's talking about is internet real estate. And I think there's lots of it. And I'm thinking this because not only does it fit very nicely in what we're doing with ICANN, but if you think about the newest internet protocol, right, V6, it was actually developed to access or address rather the rapid growth of the internet and the addresses, and to help overcome the limitations of IPv4, right, its predecessor, simply because it's got a larger space and it can accommodate the growing number of internet connected devices, which is, I mean, exponentially. I mean, every day there's more and more, thousands and millions, right? It was incidentally the IPv5. We jumped from 4 to 6, but the 5 was in there at one point. It was actually a streaming protocol of some kind. I'm not real sure. I know that it got drafted up and kind of fizzled out in stage 2, ST2. So we jumped straight up to 6. But the point is this: under IPv6, it has a gazillion. Actually, it's not a gazillion. It's an undecillion, which is like 2 times 100 to the power of 128. I mean, it's got like 38 zeros after it. You know what I mean? It's huge. We're never going to run out of space. So this is what I'm thinking that he's doing with this new sector, this new business model, this new real estate he's talking about. Am I off base here, or are we talking a digital platform? Really? What do you think? I mean,
Jeffrey, you are fire.
I think Jeffrey wants now. Both of you, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm waiting for you guys to either tell me.
Okay, listen, I saw Vincent he could not stop nodding. So I would like Vincent to speak first and then Collins. And Brother John Menke, for just hold on, I've taken down your question. I would like our brothers to do that after they finish with this real estate thing, because it's something very serious and new to us. So Vincent, what do you have to add or subtract to from what Jeffrey just said? Thank you.
Yeah, what Jeffrey was saying there, I was excited because, like Collins, though, I work also for real estate for, I think, a few years. Then I was dealing with the data of that real estate, and then I know what is in that real estate. So everything Jeffrey was saying is something I know about that system, how this system works. There is a lot of money and a lot of connection there as well. So all this, what Jeffrey is mentioned, I would say, yeah, because this is something is very important, because real estate, because I was in an online business department. So that my department, online business department. So all the money we are getting for that big company, I would say 80% provided from online business. Online business. So that online business, everything is provided by internet, because we have some developers, we have also some DevOps, and then we have all the teams. We are sitting there in like big, huge place. We can be over 50 IT guys, different department. We are sitting by group of role in the IT. But this is, we use IT to make a lot of money, million from that company working in the real estate. But what we use to get the money from them is the IT, the internet. Simple in that. We use the internet because some customer can be somewhere in China, and then when we put the thing in the internet, the guy will see and okay, I'll buy 1 million properties. Some time ago, we sell only one property in that internet business. He pay our salary for a year. So this tell you that the online business, Mr. Ash is saying, is also great area to get money, also great area also to be successful. And then the tools they are using, the simple tool they are using is all the IT tools. And then those tools that we're going to use to do that area of business, we have that. We have a data center, we have all the domain, we have also all the tools, even OConnect, all our product. We're going to use those of our product, the ODomain, website, OChat, OStaff, all this, we need them to use that to go to that area of the business. So the tool those people need you for that area to develop the business, we have those tools, and then we are that environment. And then those staff, technical staff to do this, they are working for ONPASSIVE now, they are there, so they can do it. So the area Mr. Ash is taking us is right, because he has all the technical abilities, technical staff, technical team to do that, and then to work successfully is the internet, and then we have it. So that's what I would say.
Oh my God, Collins, is there anything still left to add to that?
Vincent just said it, you know, everything is going digital now. We just have to remember, and real estate is very lucrative, as Mr. Ash Mufareh said. Jeff has already put it, and you know, Jeff is on fire. This is one of the untapped resources, real estate. Let us look at the whole United Kingdom. How many houses are they building every day? Look at the United States. How many houses? That's real estate. When we look at Dubai, Dubai was transformed from oil department, crude oil, to real estate. That was it. When we talk about the Burj Khalifa, all of those, these are all real estate. Now it is digitalized. You know, there are business that runs, you know, I know someone, Mayan just wrote, he said, is it AI? No, it is IT, but not AI. This adverse specify it. It is not AI. Real estate, you cannot incorporate AI into real estate, but it is IT, because what do they need? They need computers. They need a lot of things to identify, to, you know, to look at the land. You know, there are times that you look at land, computer can determine if this land is favorable to build a house or to do a lot of things. You know, they tell you the state which the land is by looking at the soil component and stuff like that. Now, ONPASSIVE is tapping into that environment, that sector, to analyze. When we look at, there is something I know they talk about it, I've just forgot the name, where it can build, you can look at your model of house and produce it in 1 second. I forget that name, maybe Jeff will remember. I forgot the name. it's not coming. It's more computerized. You know, where you can just look at the house and say, this thing can build a house. I'll think about the name. I just lost my mind. If I say Jeff will know. And it is really it can convert a lot of things. This is where we are going. It is very lucrative. When Mr. Advara said, I said, oh my God, it is very difficult for you to even go online and say, can I even have like pay to be part of it?
Virtual 3D estate.
3D, that's it. That is it.
Oh.
3D computing.
Okay.
Yes. Wait about 3D computing. That is it. It can build a house, you know, a box house. How many minutes? How that can take you years. 3D can put it down and give you the design. You know, and this is what we are talking about when they talk about real estate. It is so crazy and it is lucrative. Jeff, thank God you brought this up. Mr. Ash Mufareh, he said something. He said, everywhere I want to go, I will take you with me. I did research. When Mr. Advara said I went and I did research, it's a lot of money in it, which I will not say live here. I discussed, I was like, it brought this sleepless night. And where would this go? It comes to founder. Only if you know, when they productize it and they push it to your marketplace, please jump on it. Oh, that somebody just said 3D printer. That is it. It is so crazy. And you can do anything. That is where ONPASSIVE is going. Don't be surprised if ONPASSIVE jump into oil sector. Everything now is computerized. They need machines, they need computer to analyze, to do a lot of things. And what if we tap into it? It brings a lot into the company, a lot of revenue. So thank you, Jeffrey, for bringing that up. Just want to say.
You know, that's a good segue right into a next one here. When Ash brought up the AIO media, you talk about machines and learning and AI working through machines and getting stuff done. We should talk about that one.
Yes.
Jeffrey, the other day, what got me was, you know, he came in and said AIO media, and I'm like, till. That's two different terms. I know there's O-media, but he's like, no, AI, O-media, right? And he said, they have developed a bunch of huge partnerships across the globe. We know that. We watched those things manifest for the entire year of 2023, right? He said, though, incredibly, specifically throughout last year, they also developed strategies and partnerships that had to do with the same things you're talking about right now, the integration of media and AI and robots and other machines, right? Which is what you were talking about a little bit ago, about how these machines are getting smarter and they're doing stuff that we've never been able to do, and you know, they're learning and that sort of thing. And they also, the AIO media also did experiments last year that got some pretty high-powered attention, apparently, and that resulted in orders coming into ONPASSIVE to create an AI structure for the business and departments, right? Governmental departments that have the machines you were just talking about that are doing things, right? So now that whole AIO media team is working on how to replicate what they're doing for the masses in a plug-and-play way, right? For the market, to commercialize the AI in the media sector. And I'm like, dang! When he said all these things are happening and we don't know the half of it, I mean, he has given us a lot of meat in all of this and where we're going, you know, and we know, like he said, media has got some of the smartest brainiacs like you guys, you know, most successful people in the world working together, you know. And when I think about these innovation labs and O-media and now the AIO media and all these people coming together and collaborating, there's no stopping us. We are in everything. We're already in every sector on the planet. So, I mean, going forward, they said that AIO media is going to give us some presentations in the next few weeks or something. So, I mean, this is just incredible. My mind was blown. I mean, for hours, I was just laying there in a daze after thinking about everything he was talking about.
Yeah.
It's just
Mr. Akbar
crazy.
said something. He said, ONPASSIVE will always provide our need, what the human race need for now. They will not provide what we want, but what we need. What is it that we need? We're talking about digital avatar. We've seen Mr. Mufareh speaking. It's not Mr. Avatar, but it's avatar speaking to us, machine speaking to us. This is what they will do. Most of the marketing company will use to brand their business. How many times do you need customer service? You put avatar to speak to people and tell you what you need. Machine have already started speaking to us. Every time when you take your phone, you die. Machine answer your question, not human being. Now they are bringing live avatar to speak to you in conferences. In this, we saw it in Jitech. We saw it, Jitech. There was this lady speaking to us, the avatar speaking to us.
Yeah.
And how many customer or do you think this particular avatar will bring into ONPASSIVE? Telling you ONPASSIVE is this, telling you, answering all your questions. Whatever you ask, the robot will answer for you. Wow. That's what, when Mufareh made the statement, Warren Buffett told us, what? If you don't look for a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until
you die.
I like the way you said it. You work till you die.
I know.
You sound like the Terminator.
Yeah. You guys are bringing this heat in the house. Manole is constantly cooling down herself, and then Mayan wants you guys to be here till tomorrow. So I'm afraid I don't know where this is taking us to, but let's share, guys. So Vincent, I don't know if you have anything at all to add to this, or anything new, any striking thing to add on to what
I would like to add that ONPASSIVE is a tools, because when we say ONPASSIVE, we have all the tools for have a successful life, because all the tools, every technical stuff like IT, like we say, the whole world, everything is moving to digital world. Even if you go to hospital today, now they are transforming the hospital with artificial intelligence. The machine go. We don't have, if we want to do some operation, we don't have to cut all like the whole year fashion. They will use the machine, cross to you. The machine will tell you exactly where you have the pain, where exactly they need to do the operation, and then the machine they'll show you. Machine will do everything now. So even the drugs, machine can take you, because there are so many floors. Machine can take drugs to maybe top floor, coming down, and all this is done. Artificial intelligence. We have that in ONPASSIVE. Everything, like earlier I was saying, online business I was working. All the tool we needed to be successful for online business, we have everything. ONPASSIVE have everything, up to the data center. How many companies in the world have a data center? Even big companies, not all of them, they have a data center. But ONPASSIVE, we are not, I would say we are not even many years, but we have a biggest data center that even some companies have been existing for 20 years, 25 years, they don't have it. So that is a plus, a big plus. So we should remain focused. Like Mr. I said, we should remain focused, because what we have is a lot. Having only, even forget about all the product we have, but the biggest data center in the world is enough to generate money for all of us. So we don't talk even the product, only the data center is enough. Because data center, we have Amazon 2023, they are AWS, they are the giant, they make 79 million in billion for 1 year. Followed by Azure, they make 67, 68, and then Google 19 billion. These three giants, they make billions a year just for 1 single year. And then we have the biggest than this guy. So this is the figures. You can Google it. So ONPASSIVE is the best. We are the best. Using only our data center.
Yes, I know, because this is just mind-blowing how much we learn every day. I'm just like, wow. So guys, I'm happy that everybody's loving it. But now let's touch another thing that everybody likes. Guys, today not today. That's what we say in Pidgin. I don't know the exact equivalence. Today is that day. We're here to spit it all out. Because the future is pregnant. We don't know what will be happening in a couple of days.
We're going to need more time, Comfort.
So guys, let's look at this really quick. Collins, you may want to start so that Jeffrey can have a sip of water now. Allocation of customers were going to be done in December, and then. Collins, can you just go from there? Let's discuss this too, please.
All right, we're talking about traffic. You
Yep.
know, most of the thing I always said on passive, for those who don't know, they're thinking otherwise. On passive is a business, it's not a charity. On passive is based on sales. You know, if we look at the three things they promise us, Mr. Alva promised us the product. He promised us traffic, but sales is not guaranteed. He promised us guaranteed traffic, that we will get the customers. When they say sales not guaranteed, it means in a simple term, you don't know how much you will sell. Just imagine you have a shop. I want to put it in a layman way. You have a shop, a corner shop. You have the product, you know you have the product. The products are there. You know customers will come. If I ask you, Sister Comfort Jeffrey Moloch, I said, do you know how much you will sell for that day? You'll tell me, I don't know. But you know customers will come because you have the product.
That's
you
right.
are really, the high street where everybody, you have the visibility of the company. You know, people are passing. You know, they will come in to check. But if I ask you sincerely, how much do you think you will sell for that day? You tell me, Collins, I don't know. Until the end of the day, I can tell you how much I've sold. That is what Mr. Alpha I tell you, because we own business. Now let me go back to the traffic. They have already guaranteed us. We know things happened. You know, they couldn't open. It was prepared since December, but because of all the little things that happened, they need to adjust things, correct things. Let's remember, it's an IT company. They can promise you today, and tomorrow the engineer call and said, "Oh, Mr. Boss, we cannot do it. We are sorry." There is nothing. These people are back-end people. They are not customer-facing. They are not engineers are back-end. They only talk to their boss and say, "You know what? We told you we are happy to go now, but when we went, we discovered 1, 2, 3. We cannot put it out. It's finished." There is nothing the boss can do. And if we tell Jeffrey Moloch here is our boss, you know, what can he do? He will just like, okay, I can listen to you. The pain is there. But now, how Jeffrey will come now and tell the people out there, the customer, you have to gather that courage, come and tell them, I promise you today, unfortunately, you are the one taking the stick. The engineers, they are sitting there. You go and take the pain. They have already told you what they want. So when Miss Advra come out, please, I always said, this man is just a messenger. Yes, he is the CEO in quote, but he is just a messenger. He is coming out. Not every day he come out and put a smiling face is a good day. But we know every day on passive is a good day. One little thing can bring to several opportunities. You know, you get something, a problem, and then the problem open windows of opportunities. And that's why we said on passive, every day is a good day. And now we are, just think about 2 years ago, 3 years ago, what if they open the traffic? We wouldn't have been where we are today. But thank God that we are where we are because of the several opportunities. Now we are at that stage where they said now is the time to allocate traffic to us. The customers that have been coming since they've been holding, and now is the time to open it. And we are there. You know, Ms. Agvara announced that 16, which is Tuesday next week. You know, if you are not, it's not like you are out. No, if you have an account, you are a founder, you are not out. They are just telling you that they will open the traffic with or without you activating your product. It doesn't mean you come later. It's just like Vincent said something. The day you take a key and open your shop, that is when customers start to flow in. If you shut your shop is still closed, they go and they move on. Because Mr. Ashmufa look at the 5.5 billion internet users. They don't look at you alone. We look at ourselves in our own micro level. Mr. Ashmufa is looking at the macro level of the business. You know, and then the business need to get going. Now, he said, 16, they've given us enough time, whether you've activated or you're not activated. When the time you open your business, you start to see traffic coming. but they need to get on with this. And traffic will start with or without those who have activated. Whether it is one person, the server would flow it to the person and move on. That's business. Because, Mr. Comfort, let's see it this way. The more they give time, who is the loser? It's the company. We are not paying. We just pay once or twice. They've given a $97, so we have just pay once. And Jeffrey will agree with me. The moment you don't pay, the customer pay a lot to the third party who are running some of these things, like AWS, tens of millions. We'll be using OConnect, the free trials, they open the paid version. We are paying. AWS, they are paying tens of millions of dollars in AWS, with or without us putting anything. If you calculate from September to now, calculate how much you paid, it's hundreds of millions. Who are those putting the bills? It's the company. So he wants this thing moving very fast just because it wasn't there now. He said, I will not wait. I need to get going for the customers to start to get the reward so they can pay to the company and the company will be able to pay the bills. It is a business. So traffic is coming. That's what I would say, Mr. Comfort. I hope I answer your question.
Oh my God. Yeah, you answered my question, but I'm happy you took a step back, which I was not expecting. And that was powerful because sometimes people really need to understand exactly what's going on. So Jeffrey, you know, like Ashley said yesterday, because earlier on today, I made a video in Pidgin just to help people understand. We still have time between today and Monday. I'm not counting Tuesday because Tuesday might be late. So Ash said, normally we would have still gone live in December. However, he thought that he should push it forward. So can you maybe explain again why he did that? Maybe to give some people chance and stuff. Some people should learn now and know that immediately they leave from here, they want to go and activate their account if they can. Jeffrey?
Yeah. When Mr. Mufareh was talking about the allocation and those sorts of things, he said, you know, it was going to be done in December, but we felt that it was kind of right to give folks a little more time that felt like, you know, maybe they were struggling subscribing or struggling with a payment, or maybe it just didn't work for whatever reason, you know. And he says, you know, just in case someone of us felt like we weren't given enough time or maybe felt like we were being left behind, they gave us another month, right? That's done. He also said, you know, hey, as of Tuesday, which is January 16th, he said, we feel as of that date, we've given ample time for everybody to be able to jump in here and subscribe and do what they want to. And he said, as of the 16th, or probably starting on the 17th, I think he said after the 16th, they're going to begin allocating customers into the networks. He also, oddly enough, which I thought was great because it illustrates, but he said that there was a strategy for rolling this out that includes the daytime stamp that we've always talked about. It also included OConnect subscriptions, and and this is what I mean by saying that he's not leaving anybody behind, because he said it also, the third element to them, or to rolling the allocations out, are the newer affiliates that may not have a customer base or a network yet, okay, that don't have anybody in their network. So the bottom line, he's not leaving anybody behind, and that has always been the design. He's always maintained they're going to do what's right. And, you know, and the bottom line is, by the time that it gets done, I mean, we may not see it or understand it now, but once we're into the thick of it, he said that we're going to understand why it was done this way and how it's done this way and why it works best for us this way. And it all has to do with inclusivity and connectivity and making sure that nobody's left behind. Now, if you were talking about subscriptions and protocols and things of that nature, I could go into that, but I think I answered the question. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you can do that. Because after this, Vincent will start with the round of making the closing remarks.
Okay, well, you want to go into
you may based on that, making the closing remarks so that you have enough time to hit on that.
Well, I'll tell you what I'd rather, I want to try to make a plea to the founders at some point. So, you know, maybe I'll save my closing remark for that.
Yes, I think it would be best at the closing remarks. So guys, don't go, stay here, subscribe, don't forget. If you have questions too, guys, everything that is being discussed here, if there's something you don't understand, drop it in the comment section. It can be in any of the channels, including Jeffrey's. If you meet this on Jeffrey's channels as well, the best place to put the comment is the question is on the comment section, because I can find it either on Jeffrey's or any of ours, and then we'll bring the team back to answer the questions that you have concerning everything that's been discussed today. So Vincent, you have time now to make a last remark. Whatever thing you have now, pour it out, because you don't have time again.
Oh, thank you, Sister Comfort. Yeah, today is a fire. So thank you, Jeffrey, to be here, and thank you also, Collins. I would like to thank everyone listening to us today for also being with us. We thank you. So my last word is to be patient, because big stuff are coming in our way. Me, myself, the only data center myself satisfy me. It's a lot of money, big, huge money. And then we have a bunch of over 20 products if we add it to it. So it's fire. I can't even sleep when I think about this. So thank you, and have a great evening, everyone.
Thank you. If Vincent cannot sleep, then imagine some of us who are just lay people. So Collins, your last remarks, please.
Yes. So let me just look at it. I just want to thank everyone here. And there is every reason for us to be excited, because we're talking about the 5 pillars Mr. Mufareh told us on ONPASSIVE, owning the internet, 5 pillars of owning internet. We have already achieved almost all. Waiting now for the banking. We've achieved what? The DC, data center. We've achieved domain. We achieved the whole ecosystem, because the product will be coming in their numbers. We have the single sign-on. We're waiting now for O-Verify, which is that one, and then our bank. So 2 more, and we are done. It means we've owned the ecosystem. So there is, in short, never a doubt. Some company, if you look at it, most of the big company, high-tech, giant, the end with 3. Just 3 or 2. We know them. We don't want to even name them here. 2 or 3, and that is it. But Mr. Mufareh said we are going all the way. He always used all the way. So we're owning the internet. Internet is not about owning the 5.5 billion, owning the tools. The tools that customers need. And that is the 5 pillar. When you own that, you own the internet. Now, Mr. Mufareh gave us what? The concept of ONPASSIVE. What is the concept? We must know the concept by now. It's about doing less, paying less, earning more, and the ability to give back to humanity. Are we ready? Because it is already here. We will earn more, because when we are seeing what is coming, there is no reason. How much are we paying? It's peanut for a data center. That's millions upon billions to get the biggest data center. How much are we paying for the product? Nothing. But what is our gain? Massive. Because the good news is Mr. Mufareh wants to enable us, unlock, our potential to give back to humanity. And that is the reason. That is the only thing we can think. He said there is nothing that can motivate him apart of empower people to give back to humanity. Without that, take that out of ONPASSIVE, Mr. Mufareh is less motivated. He said it. And that's the beauty about ONPASSIVE. So I'll trade back to Mr. Comfort. Thank you, everyone, for being here.
I know, indeed. Thank you. So, there was a question here for you, Jeffrey. I'm not sure if you saw it. That's our brother Yates. He's the one who reminded us of the 3D thing. So thank you, bro, for contributing. So he said, a question here. If we have 5 paid products, first sale respectively from each product is 100% commissions or commission to the wallet.
Slip that one in there, didn't you? The short answer is yeah. Your first sale for each product, each unique product, is 100% commission. It sets you back at 0 so that you start with nothing out of pocket. Yeah. Each product. You buy a product, your first sale of that product gives you 100% commission. You buy another product, the first sale of that product gives you 100% commission. You bet. You got to love the man, right?
Yeah, sure. I think thank you for the answer, Jeffrey. So I think it's time for you now to do your closing remark. Everything we have in heart, just go
Well,
for
I
it.
appreciate that a lot. This might take me a minute and a half. I love
It's
that
really okay.
Collins came out with concept, because I'm telling you, we're thinking alike here. And I love what he said about everything. The concept of ONPASSIVE is we're going to do what's right. We're doing what's right. We're the correction of the corruption. AI with heart, all that. This brings me to a plea. Okay, this is a plea. And the dogs are going nuts out there.
Don't worry.
Mr. Mufareh had indicated that the incident that happened with Bangladesh is all taken care of. It's a thing of the past. But to ensure that something like that never happens again, they're bringing on what we're calling a complete compliance expert. All right. And these compliance officers make sure that companies and organizations operate in full compliance with legal regulations and industry specific guidelines. They've got to. They also monitor company ONPASSIVE operations to ensure internal policies and the bylaws are all being adhered to. All the stuff we got to do, they make sure they do them so that nobody gets in trouble. Now, in the event of any regulatory risk or misconduct, compliance officers address concerns and find solutions to these challenges. Now, one of the specific duties of the ONPASSIVE compliance officer is to review and to clear up mistakes that charter members are making in their verbiage, mistakes being made in the way that we present the company, and to set policies going forward for minimizing the potential compliance risks for our company. That's my plea, is that if you guys are doing this, please stop. Mr. Mufareh was very, very clear. And in an ongoing effort to protect the company, ONPASSIVE will not allow this type of member behavior. We can't have it. And each of us is responsible to make sure we're doing what's right for the company. It's our company, all right? And some of us may remember from 3 years ago, 2019, Mr. Mufareh said, quote unquote, ONPASSIVE is our business and we will protect it with bones and blood, unquote. He wasn't kidding. It's never changed. Now, we've gone through some similar challenges to this in the past that have resulted for charter members actually losing their positions. In short, they kicked them out of ONPASSIVE. They were bad eggs. The compliance challenges we face now as a result of some of what the members are doing is no different. And these members, if they persist, I'm telling you, man, you know what? If they keep making inaccurate representations, repercussions are not going to be good for them, period. So there's the warning, That's a shot over the bow. ONPASSIVE is saying, guys, cease and desist with the bad activity. So each and every one of us, if we know somebody that's representing wrong or just, lying or whatever it is, tell them to stop. Or if you're doing it, just stop. Because ONPASSIVE can't put up with it. We can't put up with it as a company. So I'm asking you, just do the right thing. Just do the right thing and learn what that is. Now, having said all that, I'll get back to what Collins was talking about. 2024 is going to be an amazing year for us, for ONPASSIVE and for our members, Our mindset has got to be the correction to the corruption. And this AI with heart that we talk about, which is a mixture of compassion and technology, that's our backbone. And that gives us the power to lift humanity. That's what we're doing. We have amazing teams. They're capable of delivering correct on the goals, on the vision. It's done for us. It's our company. It's a giant company. And it's willing to back us up and to go as far as it takes and to go and take as long as it takes to make sure that we're successful and that we've got something we can count on and be proud of. So stand up and do your part and just get in, get engaged, get unstuck, and be happy. Thank you. I know that took a minute.
We can never have enough. You will not believe, Jeffrey, that the Mayan wants us to go on and on and on. Guys, this show has just begun. Then just imagine what's going to happen tomorrow with the OTech Pro. It's going to be crazy. We are just going to pick up from here. Brother Oliver and Uncle Bob were not here today. They're coming back tomorrow. And it's, more than business. So 2024 is fire, 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 fire. Minu, after this, you want to go stand outside for 2 seconds. Stop biting your nails. If you don't stop biting your nails, you'll be on the panel tomorrow and speak for 1 hour, Minu. Oh my God. Listen, it's been just, even me, I'm sweating. Don't mind because I'm running my mouth. It's been fire, red hot. So guys, just stay around. Do well to share this wide. This is a lot of information because like we all know, like yesterday, Red was like, these are not the unpersevians I know, because Ash has just dropped a bomb and nobody's affected, because you don't understand. You need to work hard to know what Ash means, until Red was like, this is what we're all about. And then Collins chipped in, and then people were like, okay. So we need to do this, guys, so that we get it all, you know. And it's so sweet how each and every individual on the panel comes from their own perspective. That's how we learn. I'm sorry that I'm making it a speech thing, but I just think that we need to know what we want. And please, this needs to go really far. Share. Drop the comments, questions, or anything you need in the comment section. That helps us. I will go around the YouTube channels, bring them all together if there's need, and then we'll meet back again. But then there's All Tech Pros tomorrow, and it's going to be fire as usual. Love you much, Jeffrey Vincent. Valuable Vincent is just a new appellation he acquired this evening from my brother, Chris Johnson. So we don't have Vincent Ete anymore. It's Valuable Vincent, because he brings more than enough value.
I'm back.
So thank you. Thank you, guys. Much love from us from the studio, and see you soon. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.